This is the most mature audiences only shit you've ever heard. Period. From Boston. Broadcasting all over the world. Send the soy boys home. 'Cause we ain't gonna sugarcoat shit.
Drop down, let me give it to you.
This is the Joe Cronin Show. Now, here's Joe Cronin. Joe Cronin.
Brady is back. That's right, baby. Tom Brady is back. Razor Ramon. I love Scott Hall, man. What a real guy. This is really sad today. I'm pretty much doing my best to just ignore it. You know, that he's going to pull through somehow, but I don't know how you... Man, 3 heart attacks and during a hip replacement surgery. I don't know if it's technically botched or if it's a mistake. We're going to get into that afterwards, but it doesn't really matter. Bottom line is it ain't good news for Scott Hall. You know, we have a lot going on in the world today. Obviously, you guys have... it's been hard for me to figure out what to do, you know, whether it's to... You know, in the past, I used to know what to do. I used to know that, hey, man, I got my 50 hours at work I got to do, and I come home and I do my show at a scheduled period of time. But with, you know, with my show, so many things declining, and with, you know, having a couple of other jobs that are erratic sales-wise and erratic with when I work my schedule, this has not been a very good, it's not been very easy for me to figure out when to do what. Sometimes I do other work in place of YouTube, and the other work doesn't pay off. Sometimes I do YouTube, and the YouTube doesn't pay off, and I could have done the other work. And unfortunately, sometimes recently in the past couple of months especially, I've missed on both levels. I decided to skip doing my show to try to make some sales, didn't make those sales. And I decided to skip trying to make sales to try to do my show. And the show didn't make a lot of money. So, you know, this type of life this is the worst time in the last 10 years of my life for trying to figure out professionally what to do. So it is good to be here with you. I know that a lot of people were like, oh, you know, why weren't you on last night and sort of thing. But that's, you know, that's part of that reason. So here we are at this crossroads, but it seems like a bad time for everybody, you know, and this could be, you know, like I said, it could be my last year in existence. It could be any of our last years in existence. You never know what's going to happen coming forward, you know. And Scott Hall right now it's just awful. I just hope that some kind of miracle happens for Scott Hall. William Hurt passed away today. William Hurt. You know, for me, it's movies like Broadcast News and AI. You know, those are two of the big ones that stick out for me. I love Broadcast News. I love AI. It's a sad movie, but for the most part, but I like that movie. In some ways reflecting a lot of society nowadays. We have the new Monetize This championship belt hanging up right over here. It's gorgeous. You can see how beautiful it is. Probably fall while I'm holding it here. I've tried my best to limit touching it. I have a superstition about touching it and holding it. I refuse to hold it in a champion's manner until it becomes a reality. I believe we really have to do our best to get the belt off of Pure Country and maybe bring this thing home to me so I can rep it, promo it, and run with it for a few months. And I can bring that prestige. I want to be the first ever new monetize this champion. You know, I want to be the first to hold that belt. And because of my superstition, I'm not going to touch it because of that. So we have some updates on this, on a lot of these situations. Tom Brady has unretired, which has, many people speculated about that happening. So I want to thank everybody. I'm sorry that, a lot of people wanted me to be on earlier today, wanted me to be on yesterday, and wanted me to be on during the week. But yeah, so there's my little explanation, obviously. I chose to attempt to do some other work, and that did not really work out for me. So I am drinking a lot of coffee right now, and so hopefully that will perk me up. I have a couple times I could have come on here, but I was so down and messed up that, quite honestly, guys, if I had come on, I would have just sat here like a rag doll, and it would have been depressing. So I decided not to come on because it just didn't make sense. I would have been in the wrong frame of mind, and it wouldn't have been fun and exciting, and hell, it may still not. You never know. But, Scott, who had this on the bingo card? You know what I mean? Hip replacement surgery is what's going to potentially be the reason that Scott Hall is not with us at some point. I mean, I mean, it just sucks, man. It's a blood clot is what led to this. But, I mean, maybe a miracle happens. Maybe he would have had a blood clot somewhere and died, but instead he had surgery. But I don't know the extent of what's going on, with him and with that, so I can't say. But I do know we got to stop playing that music over and over again. I love that music, though. No doubt about it, man. That Scott Hall music, that Razor Ramon music, super iconic. Obviously NWO as well, but we're going to talk about all these things. There's a lot to talk about. There's Jussie Smollett and his crybaby antics. There's Biggie in the hospital. Tom Brady is returning to football. Scott Hall's on life support. We get some WrestleMania 38 ideas. New Star Trek. William Hurt. Talk about him. Well, everything's on the table tonight. Whatever you guys want to talk about. I'm ready. I'm going to be talking about it anyway. But it's all on the table. And we have the phone lines tonight that we're going to have open. So phone lines are going to be open to anybody that wants to say something. And certainly the dono lines, if you want to donate live during the show as well, that will be open also. I will get the link over to you for the people wondering. I talked to Shell the other day. She's going through some hell, but it's good to hear from her. Some people asked about her, so I did want to throw it out there that she is okay as you can be. I have not heard from Jake DeMarco in weeks, in a long time. I do know that he, according to his Facebook, he did go to some comic book show or something with his wife the other day. So they were taking pictures everywhere. He's walking around. He looks, like he's enjoying life. So he was out having a blast with his family the other day. I saw that on Facebook. I haven't spoke to him though in a little while, but they look like they had a good time the other day. So that's good. So Jake is, I suppose, doing somewhat better because he's not in the hospital. He's out, but he's probably going for treatments every other day. So he probably took a break from all his hospital visits to get out and do something. So, no, let me just throw you on hold. Whoever's calling on Skype, I just opened Skype. 781-508, you're both on hold. My house sucks. So it's a lot of fun. What is this? New call screen beta is now active. What the hell is that? There's some kind of call screener thing? What the hell does that mean? That is weird. Oh, you gotta ask Mom. I'm working. Go ask Mom. I'm working. All right. I'm getting people are knocking on my door. Like, Jesus Christ. What up, Danny310? How you doing, man? Yeah, William Hurt. I just, there's a lot of things. We can go over the William Hurt stuff in a minute, but we'll get to it.
Looks like my little lass needs a shaving.
Danny MT needs to shave somebody.
What's going on?
What's up?
What the fuck is this news? What the hell is this news? I am watching ESPN because they were revealing the March Madness bracket and these analysts were so excited to talk about it, but all of a sudden they had to talk about Tom Brady, ha 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 ha.
Yeah, all of a sudden Tom Brady is the number one story. Tom Brady returns to football. He's back. Tom Brady's back. I'm telling you, man, I almost, like, I don't know, man. What did it leak out that he was, I swear to God, it leaked out that he was retiring and he just went with it. Remember that theory? I had that theory last year that, okay, it leaked out. But here's the other thing. Let me present something else to you, and we're going to get into the Scott Hall stuff and some of the other things. But let's get into the Brady thing really quickly. So, you got to think about it like this. Tom Brady wanted to leave and go to the Dolphins. That's the rumor. But he's unable to do that, and maybe somebody who knows football better than me knows the reasons, but something to do with the contract. So the only way Tom Brady was going to be able to go and play for another team is if Tampa Bay traded him. He could retire, and that's fine, but if he doesn't retire, they still own his rights for a year, I believe. And the theory was that Brady was going to go play for the Dolphins. And then the theory was he was going to take a job at the Dolphins. So what Brady was looking to do was to go to the Miami Dolphins as some kind of a sports evaluator or something, or a talent person. And then I believe, and a lot of people believed, he would come out of retirement the year after that and play a year in Miami or two. And part of that would be a marketing sort of thing in a way. And plus he gets to play and take a year off. And then he can go back to his previous position. Now, he can't do that because Tampa wouldn't release his rights or wouldn't trade him to several other teams that were thinking about whatever. But the bottom line is, I think he did this potentially to try to force his way out of there. But there was some kind of disagreement with Tampa Bay, right? We saw this, signs of it during the year. But now he can't do that, right? So if he's coming back, coming out of retirement, and Tampa Bay doesn't trade him, I don't know. But if they do trade him, then part of this also was to hype him, right? He's back, and he's on the market. So will he be back as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer? I don't know. You could take a job with the Dolphins, I think. I'm not 100% on that, if you could take a job with the Dolphins or if he could play quarterback. Maybe it's neither. Maybe either way he would have been traded somehow to Miami. So I don't know. We'll see what's going on, man. But I love Brady. I'm never gonna. It just sucks that we don't have him for the last few years of his career. Why not? It's not a nightmare. That Brady isn't here. It would be a nightmare if he went to the Dolphins. Seeing Brady in a Dolphins uniform will burn my eyeballs open. Like, I won't cheer for that. I cheered for him in Tampa Bay. I can't cheer for him in a Dolphins outfit. That fucking fish. That would be a nightmare situation for me. Thank you for the donation. I did elect to roll the dice tonight and be on YouTube instead of going out and trying to make some money somewhere else. But, hey, if I go out and try to make some money, there's a chance I could sell $1,000 deal for me. But if I stay here, but if I go out and I don't sell it, I made $0. I lost gas money. So I appreciate Dab on Debe's lawn chair for that donation. Dab on Debe's lawn chair. Oh, man, we always said for years that, hey, man, you guys are the heartbeat of the show, and, your donos keep the shows going. So thank you, man, for the dono. Appreciate it. You guys fund the show and keep it going as long as you can, and, hey, it's up to you. I appreciate that, man. But, yeah, thank you for the message, too, man. I saw your message on Yahoo. You don't have to do that. I appreciate it. You don't have to do it, though. Oh, boy. So, Brady's back. Will he stay on Tampa Bay? I don't know. I'm going to try to read the story a little bit more and see what I can figure it out. DoorDash is bumping on a Sunday night, says Stoney in the chat. DoorDash. Dude, DoorDash people are probably getting fucking destroyed right now in gas money. Are you serious? Like, can you imagine a DoorDasher right now? It better be a $20 fucking tip or you ain't doing it. It better be $20 or within 0.2 miles or you're not doing it. You know what I mean? Imagine seeing a $10 tip coming across your DoorDash thing and you're like, fucking $10, like, for, to drive 2 miles, 3 miles, 6 miles. You're like, nah, gas is $7. I thought Jimmy G did pretty good on the Patriots when he was on the Patriots. He did all right. Let's go to the donations. We're going to talk more about this. We got info on Brady. I want to talk about Scott Hall and what could be happening here. And we're going to look at some ratios here on that. We'll talk about the movies of William Hurt. And we'll talk about Juicy Smollett crying that the reason why he got jail time is because he's black. So the reason why everything is because he's black. Jussie Smollett, Juicy Smollett or whatever his name is, first, he stages a hate crime and says Trump supporters are the ones that attacked him. Then when he gets sentenced, says he got sentenced because he's black. No, you got sentenced because you're a retard idiot. And you spit in the face of actual hate crimes. You spit in the face of all your African-American brothers and sisters who have been a victim of a hate crime. You spit in the face of everybody who's been a victim of a hate crime. All because you're a spoiled bitch brat. I hope you're raped and tortured in jail. I honestly believe that. I think that could help you. I think being raped and tortured in jail maybe could knock some sense into Jussie Smollett's head. Maybe, just maybe, your little privileged head of yours. Okay, boy? You hear that? How about that? Juicy Smollett, you racist piece of shit, mentally ill fuckhead. Dude. Go to fucking jail and get molested in jail and get raped. Then maybe you'll stop doing this. There's actual victims of hate crimes out there. And this guy's like, I'm going to die in jail. You're not important. You're an actor. You're an actor and a liar. And that's why you're good at acting probably, because you're a liar and you've been a liar your whole life. So go to jail and get beaten up. Okay, Juicy? I wish Dave Chappelle could show up in the jail cell with you and slap the hell out of you. And let Dave Chappelle just beat you up in jail. You're a sick, twisted bastard. Dude is whacked out. We're going to talk about this. I follow a wonderful, I follow some interesting news today, and we'll talk about that stuff later. But there's a lot of things to talk about that. We'll see about that. He got jail time because he was stupid. Exactly right. Now, if his point is that some crimes don't make sense with jail time, he's right about that. I mean, look at jail. None of it makes any sense, right? We talk about this all the time. George Zimmerman, who went up to Trayvon Martin and ended up shooting him, Zimmerman got out of jail, didn't get anything. You got the stand your ground rule. A different woman, a black woman in Florida, fired a warning shot at her husband, who she said she was in fear for her life. She was in fear that her husband was going to kill her or hurt her, and she fired a warning shot to keep him away, she says. I believe she was set for 5 to 10 years in jail. She got 5 to 10 years in jail for firing a warning shot. Which, to me, and by the way, to me, a warning shot is a warning shot. If there's nothing against defending yourself with a gun by shooting it at somebody, I don't think a warning shot should be a problem. Because there is a law. You can't shoot the gun into the air outside. You can't just shoot a warning shot for some reason. Why not? I mean, yeah, if you hit somebody, that's a problem. But I mean, hello? I just don't understand that. Why does it have to be you have to hit somebody or there's a crime, or it's a crime you fired the gun? If you hit the guy, it's not a crime. So if she shot her husband and said that it was stand your ground, he was attacking her, she wouldn't have gone to jail? But because she fired a warning shot, she goes to jail? And for how many years? It doesn't make any sense. So, so if that's the point of that the justice system is weird, you're not kidding. It's true. I mean, child molesters get away with everything. You can diddle a kid and do all these things to a kid. It's okay. But, man, you do something wrong on Facebook, you might be going away for a while. You know what I mean? There's just a lot of things like that we could talk about and get into. But let me listen to what you guys are saying about all these situations. There's plenty to talk about, man. I by the way, I hope you guys are having a good Sunday night. I'm just a quarter into my coffee. What's up to Troy? Troy's in the chat. Always good to see Troy. I have one friend left. There he is. Yeah. And it's time for turkeys. What if the turkeys ate us? It's the man. What if they Soundwave 92. What if they killed us and ate our children? What if the turkeys ate us? What if they filleted us? If the turkeys ate us, if they had to hate us. Well, Thanksgiving was a little bit different. Instead, the turkeys ate us. They gobbled us apart. But first, they'd eat our nuts. Play this song for your parents and tell them the guy that made it is a cat fucker. Turkeys ate us. What if the turkeys ate us? What if the turkeys ate us? One of the all-time donators and supporters of the show, my man, Soundwave 92. He buys hookers, I heard. What if the turkeys ate us instead of mashed potatoes? Oh my god, dude, Spectral Citizen, what's up, man? We really got to shorten this thing up after all these years.
I don't envy you, Joe, because trying to balance out jobs while doing this show will fuck up your sleep schedule. I really am worried about Scott Hall, though. My mom's boyfriend had multiple strokes too and required brain surgery afterwards.
Yeah, that's the problem, is his brain. That's what we're worried about. I mean, that's what I'd be worried about. Soundwave, thank you for that donation, man. Yeah, bro, that's certainly what I think everyone's worried about with that amount of heart attacks, you know? It's great to hear from you, Soundwave. Thank you so much, man, for that bomb dono. I'm going to get you up here on the screen. That is the top donation at this point, so we'll get that going. Let's see here. Soundwave 92, baby. With the $29. We'll see if anybody can beat Soundwave tonight. That man is carrying it sometimes. Thank you so much, Soundwave. And thank you to SITH NEGAN, man, the all-time top donator of all time here on JCS, passing the Himmel God. Do you understand how crazy that is? It's unbelievable. And he's graced us with this brand new Monetize This Heavyweight Championship belt. No holds barred. Beautiful thing. We'll probably go through some of William Hurt's other movies in a little bit here, but thank you. What up, Spectral? Thanks for becoming a member too, guys. If you also want to help out down below, you guys can become a member down below. Then you get access to all the little ID badges and things like that. Like me, my wife, the middle finger. I think you get Jake DeMarco, and I think Tommy is on there too as well. So have fun with that. William Hurt's alive with his four-eyed face. Scott Hall looking all sexy in that jacket, man. I really hope that he pulls it. Can you imagine if he pulls through this somehow? And even if he's weak for a year, with trouble, I just hope that. I just also wouldn't want Scott Hall to live through it and be, hospital ridden for years and then die. That's like, I'm sure that's his worst nightmare. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you know Scott Hall, you know that he would rather go. Like, even, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it would be Scott Hall's worst nightmare, man, to be in a hospital for like 2 years as they try to keep him alive, and you know, as he is alive and able to speak a bit, but rough, and, you know, 2 years and then he dies in the hospital. It's like he doesn't want that, you know? He's the type of guy that he's like, listen, if I'm not functioning right, get me out of here, you know? So I hope that doesn't happen to him. I hope he either pulls out, or I hope it's just, I don't know, man. It's hard to even fathom having this conversation, especially a guy like Scott Hall. You know, Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, is a guy that's been with all of us. If you're around my age, you know, since we were kids, you know, seeing him as Razor and then going over to WCW and just being the legend that he is, you know, this is one of those guys, man, like top 20 guys from your childhood, from the 80s and 90s, especially the 90s. Like, this is a guy who's synonymous with wrestling in the 90s. From 1990 to 2000, this guy he's got to be top 20, most influential, most recognizable. This is a huge deal, in my opinion. And, man, I just hope he doesn't suffer, you know, and I hope that, man, imagine if he kicked out of it, though. Kicked out of this thing. He got, you know what I mean? And he came back like 90%, even if he came back 80% for the rest of his life. That would be such a miracle, man. And he was a life he was happy to have. It wasn't like he was suffering and was like, I wish it was over, you know? I would love to see him come back. It's not looking good, though, and it's not usually a good prognosis for this sort of thing. So, you know, we'll see what happens. I mean, he'd rather die than live a cripple is exactly right, Abraham. You're right, and that's the thing. You know that about him, so it's, you know. And yeah, our idols are getting older, man. It's true. Like, we're gonna start realizing this. I'm starting to realize it about me. I mean, I was thinking about this the other day. I said, you know, as I struggled to try to find my second job again, you know, as I've gone back to the work over the last year and a half, I've been back to regular work again after taking a 3 to 4 hour a year break and doing YouTube full time, which was great. But coming back to the reality that, you know, I've got to go back to a career of some kind while I still work on YouTube. And what's that career going to be, man? And it's a little bit scary. I was thinking about it, like, there's a lot of things I can do and I'm good at, but I'm also really bad at almost everything too. So it's really scary to be like 40 years. I'll be 40 in 2 years. So if I don't know what I'm doing by 40, you know what I mean? That's kind of freaky. You know what I mean? You don't want to be starting over at 40, you know, or starting to try to figure it out at 40. You know, that'd be a real bad thing. And even though that I've, you know, made it this far, it's up against it, man. But yeah, as I get to this age, we're losing all the people that we grew up watching, you know, and I'm sure that people that are older right now know what I'm talking about. If you're 50 years old right now, you know what I'm talking about. If you're 40, 45, that, you know what I'm talking about. Because when you hit about 25 to 35, maybe 40, you know, that's when all the people you grew up watching start getting sick or dying and stuff like that. And it's not freak things anymore, where it was like, okay, every once in a while, an actor or musician or somebody you love dies of a freak thing or, you know, whatever. You know, this is like people are dying at alarming rates because they're all 80 or 90 or 70 or 60. And with the way the world is, I mean, so it's just going to be like this all the time going forward. And, yeah, it's just super sad to, I don't know. Hopefully it ends up being okay.
Looks like my little lass needs a shaving.
Guys.
Hey, what's up, Joe? This is crazy breaking news. I have one idea for you to cheer you up. If you want to do this, if you have time during the stream, you should fill out an online NCAA tournament bracket. I know you don't know much, but it would be funny to watch.
It would be funny to watch. That's actually probably true. Because I would just go based on name. Where's a bracket? How do I even do that? Yeet upon thy knees. That's a weird thing to say, but thank you, yeet upon my knees. I think he's talking about knees. But let me see. I'll go look up the brackets. Let me see here. Oh, here we go. Here's the brackets. I don't even know how to do this. I don't do this with brackets or anything. I know March Madness is about to happen, but oh, here we go. I mean, what do I do? Just write in the names of the people? I don't know. Shit, I don't even know how to do this. Let me see. Oh boy. See, I almost want to cheat, you know, and look up the teams to see, like, because that's what, like, but yeah, just trying to do it blindly, I suppose, would be pretty funny. I'm looking up the brackets now. It's kind of funny. I don't know, man. Is this? Oh, that's 2020. Let me look up 2022. Okay. Is this 2022? I don't even know. You're gonna have to send me a bracket. I'm too retarded to figure this out. It's actually already hurting my head. I do see a bracket here. Like, is this right? Is this the bracket? I see this. Is this the bracket? I think this is the bracket you're talking about, but I don't do these things. So we got, let's see. So we got Gonzaga versus Georgia State. So I'm going Georgia State there. So Georgia State, I don't know what the Georgia State team is, but I'm going with Georgia because they're like they got to be really tough in Georgia because there's so many racists in Georgia. So they've got to deal with like white people throwing rocks at them and stuff like that. So I think that they're the tougher team. So I'm going Georgia State. Then Boise State versus Memphis. Now, even though Memphis, they should be really tough in Memphis, I think Memphis, like, they're too retarded there in Memphis, Tennessee. So I'm going to go Boise State. All right, so I Georgia State, you know. Like I said, Georgia they're so tough, you know. So even if Gonzaga, I'm going to stay away from them, even though they're ranked better. You know, it does give the rankings here. UConn versus New Mexico, I'm going UConn. I would never, anything with Mexico in it is going to lose, okay? I'm not going with them. Arkansas versus Vermont. Vermont is a bunch of pussies, okay? There's probably too many white people on Vermont to win a game. So Vermont, we're not picking Vermont. We're going with Arkansas. Those bumblefucks over there. Alabama is going to win whoever is they're facing. What, are they going to buy or something? I don't know. They're going to win. Texas Tech versus Montana. Going Texas Tech because it sounds important. So Texas Tech over Montana. Arkansas over Vermont. Vermont. They're fucking pussies. UConn over New Mexico because it has Mexico in it. Boise State's going to win over Memphis because Memphis, Tennessee is too retarded. And I'm going Georgia State over Gonzaga. Big upset because Georgia's, you know, like I said, Georgia people have to deal with, being hit with rocks. So there you go. So there you go. There's my, see, that's why I don't do those. Oh my God. That's fucking hilarious. Oh shit.
For the first time in history, it's gonna start raining men. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. I don't have a WrestleMania appointment. Opponent. I'll kill him, John. I should have wrestled Edge. The Soundwave is back again.
Brady unretiring is literally Brett Favre all over again.
Yeah.
Guy must have been to one of those parent-teacher conference for his kids and probably realized how hard being a full-time parent is and said fuck this.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, that is so fucking funny, dude. Wait a minute. Brady. Oh my god, dude, wait a minute. Where's Brady at a Somebody find me a clip of Brady like at like anywhere, like at a conference or at a meeting or something. If we can get any shots of Brady where he's like at a meeting or whatever. And then we'll play like a parent-teacher conference video thing, and then we'll put it like cut to Brady, and we'll have Brady just be like, "Man, fuck this!" Like Brady had to go to one parent-teachers conference, and he was like, "I'm out. I'm fucking going back to football." Oh my god, that's funny. He just got pissed off. He's at home. He's like, "Yeah, I'll get you." He's like, "What do you want, honey? What do you want? Like a peanut butter jelly sandwich or something?" Mom says those aren't good for you. What? I had, listen, you can have one. I know I don't eat bread, but you can have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich because you're still a kid. Yeah, but Mom says we can't have that. What do you mean? All right, well, like here's some, like let's have some bananas, or maybe you guys can have something from my keto diet. And then the kid just started screaming, and he was like, "You know what? I'm out of here. That's it. I'm going back to football. I'll see you later, honey." And as Brady slams his front door, goes, "I'll kill myself. I have to spend 5 more seconds with my family. I'll kill myself." That's what he's thinking. It's like, that's it. The kids are cute. I get it. They're cute. Everybody's cute. Yay. We have a house. My wife. Yeah, cool. Fuck this. I'm out of this. I'm not doing this. My dad used to make out with me when I was a kid. And I keep thinking about wanting to do that with my kids, so I'm going to go back to football before I start making out with my kids in the basement. So let's just go back to football where I feel safe and I can stay away from those impure thoughts that I have as Tom Brady. I get it. Good on Brady for realizing that, and being like, you know what? This is a bad idea. Let's not do this. I get it. Good Lord. Scott Hall, man. Hey, phone lines are open again. Sorry earlier as people were trying to call, and I couldn't figure out. Skype had some new thing on it, and I don't know what the hell was up. But we'll take a call. 339-226-6610 if you want to, run down the William Hurt movies, talk about Scott Hall and what's going on there, thoughts about Brady in the football season. You got thoughts about Conor McGregor's video that he put up. You got thoughts on college basketball, God forbid. Whatever it is, I'm prepared to talk about it. I love William Hurt in broadcast news and AI. There's a whole shitload of stuff that William Hurt's in that that I like, but those two things just come to my mind, And somebody was like, "Oh, what about Marvel?" Fuck Marvel. Dude, fuck Marvel. I don't give a shit about, everybody's been in Marvel. Who cares? Who cares that he was in Marvel? Everybody's been in Marvel. Who cares? Stupid superhero movie shit. Everybody's been in them. Fuck that. If you remember William Hurt for being in Marvel, cut your arms off right now. Okay? Go to Ukraine and lay down next to somebody else who's dead already. Okay? Our governments all want it to happen. It's all sponsored by the American government and Russia. That's why Ukraine's happening. It's planned out. If you don't see that, fuck you. 580. I tried to take your call. I lost you, though. Call back. There's a lot of craziness going on. No updates on Scott Hall yet that I've seen. Trying to find some more news on that, but Tom Brady ending his retirement has caused odds makers to quickly adjust slashing Buccaneers futures. So maybe the Buccaneers are back again, man. Oh, we got this just in from Scott McKinnon, who's back apparently, telling Casey Rose to block me after I helped her tell her a troll account of her. Dude, you're an asshole. Well, she's the one that told me that you're a scumbag. Thank you for donating to me on Christmas. Danny MT logged into Tommy's YouTube channel to pretend to have Tommy sub to gay channels is a crazy psycho who threatens you every day. That's who you like on your show? I don't know, bro. You'd have to go talk to these people. They're the ones that told me. They said you did this. So I'm just going with what they said. You know, I'm not sure, bro. You know, maybe I apologize if it wasn't you. Maybe I had it wrong. I do apologize if it wasn't you. I don't even know if you're watching, but if it was somebody else, a lot of people said it was that shit guy or whatever. I don't really care. I don't know, man. This is so fucking 5 years ago. If it's not you, whatever. You win or something. I don't care. I just don't care. I couldn't give a fuck, bro. My life's almost over. Like, I don't even care. If I get killed tomorrow, just know I'll be happy. I couldn't care. I hope a bus hits me tomorrow. If I get cancer and die, like something. Please, oh God above in the sky, kill me, Joe Cronin, and maybe my family can get insurance money and pay the IRS the money that I owe them, and everybody can live happily ever after. So I don't care what you say, man. I apologize if I'm wrong, but how do I know what's right or wrong anymore? I don't fucking know. You know? Everybody lies to me, so I wouldn't know I have no idea. Everybody lies to me about everything. How do I know? I don't know anything. People leave, they lie to me about why, they leave, they tell me this, they lie, they tell you. I don't care. All I know is, God, please kill me. Like I'm begging. I can't do it myself, so send a meteor. Give me a cancer diagnosis tomorrow. Take me out with a car accident. Please, for the love of God. Scott, you're right. I'm wrong. And I hope I'm dead soon so I can be through with this.
Oh, yeah. We got a new subscriber. Yeah. Freak out.
Whoa. User 7 subscribed. How you doing, man? User 7. That's an interesting name. Nice name. User 7. US. Thanks for subbing to the channel, man. What's up? And welcome back to Tom Brady. And people are like, well, why didn't you use a Tampa Bay uniform? Why are you using the Patriots? Well, because I will always see Brady as a New England Patriot until he becomes a Tampa Bay Buccaneer for like 20 years. Then, maybe then, we will get, I will change his uniform to the Tampa Bay one. So we'll see what happens. At least my daughter's fever went away. That was really rough last couple days. She had a 102, so that was, everybody's sick. Now Leah's sick.
Super chat party.
Oh, yeah?
Praying for Scott Hall.
Pray for Scott Hall. I mean, dude, can you imagine the type of celebration if the guy got out of this somehow? You know, Scott Hall just, boom, he just fucking came back somehow, man. Oh, my God, bro. I will be blown away. Shout out to Zombie13 for that Razor Ramon cover at the beginning. Team Forward, thank you for the $2, man. What's up, team? Go, team, go. Stony. Hey, it's time for some beggy begs.
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling, I'm coming, and my balls have turned blue. 9 bucks, suck my dick.
Joey Big Bags. How we doing, how we doing? Here's coffee on me. Miss ya Budsky. Hope you're good. Keep it stony.
Hey,
Smiley face.
Joey Beg is here. What's going on? We're having a couple of coffees here. The Beg is here. Yeah. The Beg is here. Come and steal all my gimmicks. I'm the Beg. Yeah. I'll come up with an idea. You take it. Me, the dumb Joey Bags. What's going on, man? What up? What up, Kevin? Shout out to Tampa Bay, man. I hope you guys have Brady. I hope they don't trade him. You know, that's what I'm worried for you guys is all those rumors that maybe they'd trade him or something like that, and that was his goal, and they could get something for him. I appreciate it. Tomorrow night's Monday Night Trash. Yeah, here's my coffee right here. I got a huge bag of coffee that I bought for $6 weeks ago, so luckily I'm saving on the coffee at least. You know, can't save on the gas worth of shit, but at least I've saved on the coffee a bit, you know, and I do have a headache still. Took ibuprofen, I'm drinking water, drinking coffee, trying to get rid of it. I don't know, I got a Shamrock Shake here. Got this brought to me. It's pretty amazing. A nice little gift. Thank you. Whoever that was that donated, if it was really getting stony or not, or if it was somebody else. Either way, man, much appreciated. But yeah, let's go to the Scott Hall's famous Hall of Fame speech. The best lines ever. We all love it. You know we all popped the night we heard it. So good. Let's hear it again right now in honor of Scott Hall because we love him so much.
If you asked Razor how he was doing, the standard response was, better than you, Chico. I learned that when I stepped through that curtain, that I could have a relationship as a performer with an audience. And it was a powerful thing to me, whether I was the hated villain or the beloved hero. And that was something that I've always treasured. So thank you to all the wrestling fans here. And all the fans watching around the world.
This was just a fire speech, bro.
In my lifetime, I've learned hard work pays off. Dreams come true. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do.
Oh man, remember that night? That Hall of Fame was actually a really good one. I believe Jake Roberts was on that Hall of Fame that night too, right? I believe, and he was good as well. But man, that may be the greatest line in the history of Hall of Fame speeches. I challenge anybody to find me the clip of somebody else. And maybe there's a couple of them out there that had pretty good ones. But man, that line, unbelievable. Like, that was fire, bro. The only thing missing was like people running out there and beating him up and then him having to fight a comeback and then get a 1, 2, 3 in a ring. Because that was amazing. I mean, it really was such a good Hall of Fame speech, man. That was wild. Like, that was a pop right there. just super fucking, oh God, it just, you can't even put into words. Like, that was some chilling shit, bro. That was, and I don't know, I was like, has he said that before? I mean, like, where did that come from? So good. Oh, man. Soundwave, what the hell did you just send me, man? What the fuck is that?
Shit bum.
Shit bum.
EU. Man, I hope Scott Hall pulls through. One of the best IC champs of all time. Much love, Joe.
Yeah, man, much love. What's up? Shardy Janetti in the house. I hope Scott Hall pulls through. One of the best IC champions of all time. I mean, certainly, Shardy Janetti, thank you for becoming a $5 shit bum. He certainly elevated that title, man. Obviously, like Bret Hart, Roddy Piper, you know, or mostly Bret Hart and, you know, people like that, Macho Man, Razor Ramon, Shawn Michaels, especially Shawn Michaels. But, I mean, they elevated that title to such an important height. They were so important, man. Those guys all, even Jeff Jarrett, I'd put him in there too. When he kind of took the mid-card spot of Shawn Michaels when Shawn Michaels was elevated to a more main event status. You know, those guys really made that mid-card or mid-tier Intercontinental Championship just feel so goddamn special, man. It was so important. And I don't think we knew it back then how important that thing was. I mean, they can't replicate that now. We're the shit, you know, at all. So it's just crazy that would happen. But, you know, it's just crazy. It's oh, man. So wild. Look at Scotty Boy there. Look at him. And he was so happy when he went down to NXT to help train, you know, some of the wrestlers and give them advice. I think he had a blast probably. And I don't know what he'd been up to recently, what he's been doing exactly. You know, if he's been doing, other, things with other people, or if he's been chilling out at home, or like, I don't know if he was still working in NXT. I'm not really sure what was going on. I don't think he was doing anything anymore, or at least not much recently. So I don't know what he was up to, but I'm sure this, surgery was something planned that they knew they had to do. So he had this hip surgery, and, the blood clot resulted from the surgery, which is obviously something that can happen, and that we've seen happen. But it just sucks, man, that he doesn't come out, unscathed and okay from all this. That he's dealing with this now. We could lose Scott Hall because of a hip surgery. But I know that people are telling me, like, they're like, man, this is a dangerous hip surgery. It's a dangerous surgery. Oh, man. Scott Hall can come back, man. Brady can come back. Scott Hall can come back. Let me tell you that. Thank you, Shardy Janetti, for the dono.
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete. I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
I'll take a bite out of it.
Top 5 IC champions of the 90s. 5. Bret Hart. 4. Owen Hart. 3. Mr. Perfect. 2. Shawn Michaels. 1. Scott Hall. What about yours, Joe?
Man, that's a tough one. I'd probably say Shawn, but Chase Weatherwalks, thank you. Let's take a look real quick, because I in my head, I always thought Shawn was the number one guy, because Shawn Michaels was Intercontinental Champion around the time of WrestleMania, after WrestleMania 7, around that time. Shawn Michaels was Intercontinental Champion around the time of WrestleMania, after WrestleMania 8, I believe. Shawn Michaels was Intercontinental Champion at WrestleMania 9. Shawn Michaels would challenge for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 10 with Razor. So, you know, I'd have to find the history. And then Razor Ramon was champion from around WrestleMania 10 to WrestleMania 12. So, you know, Razor Ramon had about a 2.5-year run chasing and winning the Intercontinental Championship on and off. I think Shawn Michaels had about a 3 or 4 year reign with it, or kind of chasing with it. History of champions. Let's see. Let's take a look. And I'm trying to think about matches that they had too. Right now, think about the matches that those guys had. Shawn Michaels had ladder matches with Bret Hart, ladder match with Razor Ramon. Shawn Michaels, you know, had some really great matches with that title. And Razor and Shawn were both in that amazing ladder match at WrestleMania 10. So I feel like you got to give the edge to Shawn. I would probably go, it's not really the day to do that as we sit here, you know, worried about Razor Ramon, Scott Hall. But, you know, let's take a look at the history, though. I have the list. Let's see. Man, 1986, Randy Savage won it on Nesson, New England Sports Network here in Massachusetts. That's crazy. So we go down to October of 1992. September, October. So 1 month before my father passed away, Shawn Michaels, on Saturday night's main event, became the Intercontinental Champion. One for Shawn. Then it was vacated, and Marty Jannetty picked it up. And then Shawn Michaels won it back from Marty Jannetty, so that's 2 for Shawn, 1993. And then eventually Razor Ramon won it in 1994. And Razor Ramon won it again in 1995. Shawn Michaels then won it again in 1995. Then Razor won it back again in 1995. And that was the last time that either Shawn or Razor won it, I believe. So, as far as how many times they won it, Shawn Michaels 1, 2, 3. Let me see. Shawn Michaels won the belt 3 times. Razor Ramon won the belts 1, 2, 3. So they each won the belt 3 times. Shawn Michaels was champion in 92, 93. So 1, 2. So 92, 93, 95. So Shawn Michaels, 2, 3, 4, 5. So about 4 years that Michaels spanned the belt. Razor won it first in 93. And then he won it for a last time in 95. So, yeah, Razor, I was right, 2 years. So Razor chased the belt for about 2 years, won it 3 times. Shawn Michaels chased around with the belt for about 2, 3, 4, 5, about 4 years, and he won it the same amount of times, 3 times. So, but Shawn Michaels, it looks like, according to this list, they might have. It looks like Shawn carried it for a longer period of time. But, you know, it's hard to say. You know, I always, as a kid, I always treated it like Shawn. I wanted Shawn to win at WrestleMania 10. I was cheering for Shawn Michaels. So, I don't know what happened with Scott Hall's kid. I know that Scott Hall's son was training, and I think he got hurt, or he had hurt somebody, or somebody got hurt. And suddenly, I remember that everybody was kind of down on his son training at one point. And so I don't know what happened anymore. I thought he was wrestling in New Japan, but I don't know what's happened going forward. Maybe somebody else in the chat knows. It seemed to be things were going all right. And Scott Hall's kid was wrestling, and, we were going to see him get into some more stuff, but then he kind of just disappeared, and I just don't know what happened to him myself. I don't even know. I forgot until you just brought it up. That's crazy. Yeah, Sean was stripped of the belts. So then he said, I've got my belt. I've still got my belt, even though Razor was the champion. So then Shawn Michaels was like, I'm the real Intercontinental Champion. And so then they hung up both belts to do the match at WrestleMania 10, which I thought was great. I remember I was a 10-year-old kid. I was like, how'd they get another belt? How is there a second belt? What is this? Like, I remember, because I was a dumb 10-year-old. And I was like, what is going on? Like, what the hell? There's another Intercontinental belt. Is it fake? It's a fake belt. But that was fun, man, as a 10-year-old kid. WrestleMania 10 was actually pretty good. It was it felt smaller, a budget WrestleMania. Okay, let's just go back to Madison Square Garden where WrestleMania 1 happened, and I don't know why, it felt smaller. Part of it was also the camera angle. That's that weird camera angle that they would always take at Madison Square Garden, where they would get the shot of the doors and the entrance was about, 15 feet to the ring. So, it did feel strange. WrestleMania 10, but WrestleMania 10 ended up being pretty decent. It just was lacking that star power because of Hulk Hogan not being there. No Ultimate Warrior, no Undertaker wasn't there. There was no more Sid at that time. There was no Sid. So WrestleMania 10, it felt like it was a little bit lackluster. However, it started well, and Owen Hart and Bret Hart went out there. And I feel like Owen Hart and Bret Hart had just an amazing opening match for WrestleMania. It was so good. And then Shawn Michaels and Razor tore the house down. And Bret beating Yokozuna was fun, and to see Bret win at WrestleMania, and that was exciting. And Vince McMahon was so full of passion on commentary that night. Vince was so full of passion. Do you remember Vince calling when Bret Hart beat Yokozuna? He was like, yes, the World Wrestling Federation is shooting into a new atmosphere. And Vince was just, dude, he was coming unglued. Vince was absolutely freaking out, bro. Vince was losing it. He was exploding. He was just fucking freaking out. Oh my God, man, it was funny. He was just like something about launching the World Wrestling Federation to a new atmosphere and just absolutely losing it. What up to Tex in the chat? How you doing, Tex, baby? Almighty One, what's up, baby? Lex, Yokozuna, and Bret Hart, what about him? What do you mean, no? I don't know what you're talking about. The new IC belt looks horrible. Yeah, they tried to hey, let's be like the NXT, New Japan, AEW belt thing, and it's just like, no. No, if the NXT, if the Intercontinental Championship belt was the new WWF title, it might actually be all right. They could put a big W in the middle or something like that. It would be like, all right. But just like the IC belt is so iconic at this point. Dude, there's nothing wrong with the Intercontinental Championship. They need to just go back to the classic look. Because that was great. But let me see. Bret Hart. Let's see if it's on YouTube. We can listen to Vince just fucking lose it. I don't think it's on here, but it's too bad because I'll tell you, man. Vince McMahon is just losing it. Let's see if there's a video on it. Because goddamn is it funny. Oh, I don't know where it is. Let's see if we got it. I don't know.
And I saw him interviewed. I never will forget Ted.
Up to what we thought we would see in the way of strength, but can the man wrestle? It's set up by DiBiase. Hogan stand right on now. Hogan can't stay with him.
Also, handsome Jimmy Valiant.
I guess those are like old clips of Vince McMahon, but I'll tell you, there is nothing like WrestleMania 10 Vince McMahon on commentary where he is just like losing it. Yes, Lex Luger, the new leader of the World Wrestling Federation. Like he was just like really pumping it up. You know, that this is awesome. You're seeing something amazing. You know, and a lot of my commentary has always been probably a bit Vince McMahon-ish, because that's really the first play-by-play person that I grew up loving, besides Bobby Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon, because it was Gorilla, Bobby, Jesse Ventura, and Vince, and you know a little bit later it was obviously Jim Ross. But man, he was just wild on the mic. I love Vince. Yeah, when he said the Razor's Edge, like he lost it. The Razor's Edge! Razor Ramon with the Razor's... Like, my whole voice is probably built on Vince, you know? Because I grew up just watching wrestling every day and listening to Vince McMahon every day when I was a kid. Almost. It was like Star Trek, you know, certain movies I loved, and then wrestling every day, you know, if I could. You know, so it's buried into my head, you know? Absolutely. Vince is the shit. Thank you, Matthews, for the support, man. Here's the dono link. I already put it up on the top of the stream. Thank you for the dono, man. I don't think you're going to beat Soundwave 92, man. Furry balls plop menacingly. Razor Ramon in the chat.
Looks like my little ass needs a shaving.
Oh, looks like my little ass.
I know this was a few days ago and we all should pray for Scott Hall, but I really am glad that a dude like Biggie is gonna be alright, because the dude took a really bad bump.
Yeah.
Ridge Holland got a fuckload of heat for that.
Yeah, and I don't know. I honestly can't tell who did the move wrong, so it's not something I really want to like blame on Ridge Holland, but man, yeah, I mean, I feel like it's got to be a little bit his fault, but I'm sure I don't know if it's partly Big E's or whatever. It'd be interesting to hear them break down what led to it. I could go watch it and probably try to figure that out now. So, listen, accidents happen, but if I was Ridge Holland, yeah, I'd be a wreck. I would just feel just the worst. You know, I would not feel very good. So, that was wasn't it his first night up too? You know, Ridge Holland's up there and he's got Big E, and he, you know, I just felt he didn't throw him up high enough, but I also feel like, maybe Big E didn't jump enough either. So, Soundwave 92, thank you, man. Let's take a look at Big E and see how he's doing, man. The poor guy is going to be in the hospital, you know, for a bit. You know, as obviously Scott Hall's situation continues to happen. We'll talk about that. But we are getting some updates from Big E. We watched the video that he initially put out the other day, so we'll check that out and see how he's doing. But we'll also take a look at this new video he just put out today. So here's Big E in the hospital.
Can't thank all of you beautiful people enough for all of your concern and your messages. It's very heartwarming. I can move all my digits. You see that? That's nice. That's always a good thing. Strength feels fine, but unfortunately, right now, they tell me my neck is broken. So there's that. But once again, thank you, everybody. I'm going to be all right. I'll be good.
So this was his update today. What up to Big E? We love you, brother. Hope you're okay. I really do, man. I think this guy's a good person. And very scary, man. We're so lucky that he didn't get worse. Imagine, man. Oh, my God. You don't even want to do it.
So I got some really good news, all things considered. The C1 and C6 are indeed fractured. Not displacement, though, which is a very good thing. And I don't have any damage to my spinal cord, no ligament damage, and no surgery, which I'm very thankful for.
I think if they got displaced, then they have to go in and, like, correct them, right? And that's a little dangerous. So that's really good that that did not happen.
No ligament damage and no surgery, which I'm very thankful for. And a pro tip, if you're going to break your neck, do it in Birmingham. They've been great. Everyone here at UAB has been great. But for real, it's meant a ton to me that so many of you have been so kind and reached out, stopped in to see me, texted me. I know I feel like I sound like a broken record, but I am very grateful. And I'm going to be all right.
Can you imagine if, like, your wife or somebody's given birth or somebody's, or just somebody you know is in that hospital and you're in there for them, you can't help but peeking around a couple of rooms to see if Big E's in the room nearby, give him some love. So that's good news, man. It sucks the road, a little bit of a road to recovery he's going to have. And, I don't know, man, how necks like this work, how it, going forward, but I assume that he's out for a year. I mean, is that let's take a look at it. The condition usually takes between 4 to 8 weeks to heal, and the competitive athlete usually takes 6 to 8 weeks before activity can begin. So we're way off there. I mean, according to this, in about 2 to 3 months, he could be back wrestling again. Is that... See, that's crazy to me. 6 to 8 weeks. I mean, Kurt Angle broke his neck. He wrestled with a broken freaking neck, I suppose that if that's 6 to 8 weeks, that you're looking at maybe 12 weeks before getting back in there. Or less. I thought it was a year. I thought the guy, that's it, you're out a year. You break your neck that bad. But man, he's back, and you're right, Ricky Starks is back. Yeah, what's wrong with me? You're right. So, man, we're going to get... Man, he's going to be able to come back and... Oh, man. That is so crazy. He's going to be able to come back and, soon. He's going to basically miss WrestleMania and maybe the next month. March, April, and Big E can be back in May. That's incredible. That's what happens. He's getting a Krang implant. I mean, Tom Brady's coming back. Who knows what else is going to happen? Oh my God, just so weird, man. I'm watching it now. Yeah, I can see it's almost like he got thrown to the wrong, he got sort of tossed the wrong way in a way, but he also jumped for a different type of throw. And so again, it's usually 2 mistakes equals somebody hurt. And it feels like both guys didn't have the synergy to make that move work, and you saw somebody get hurt. Sometimes when one guy does it wrong, the other guy can compensate, but I think both guys kind of being a little bit off. Based, looking at the replay of it, and I don't know shit, what really went down. What the hell do I know? What does anybody know? With what happened with Big E. Oh, man, that's crazy. Phone line's open again for anybody who wants to call. 448 and 508 called, and I'm sorry we lost you. 508, you can call back if you like. 339-226-6610. Feel free to do it. We'll put you on, and we'll get weird. We'll get real weird. Bring it on, baby. You show me what you got. Scott Hall had 3 heart attacks spawning from his hip surgery from a blood clot that released. And, I mean, could be looking at some kind of brain damage issue. That's really the big problem. Let's take a look at William Hurt, man. Very sad. 71 years old. My mother turned 71 this week. I will always just look to broadcast news as one of my favorite things that he's done. He had several things William Hurt had several things that were in the works here. If you guys haven't seen this, he had Edward Enderby. We had Men of Granite. Some kind of football movie, it looks like, or something. I don't know. The Fence and Pantheon, a TV series that he looked like he was a reoccurring voice on, so that's going to have to be fixed or whatever, I suppose. So there's that, and then everything else has been released or is coming out. So he was in Black Widow, who cares about that? Condor. I mean, looking down, Avengers, I don't care about that. I don't care about the stupid Superman heroes. I mean, superhero movies. Moby Dick, the TV series in 2011, I remember that. Robin Hood, I remember that. Yeah, he was in Incredible Hulk. Let's see what I'm trying to think of stuff that I've really seen that I really like. I remember Tuck Everlasting. AI, there's AI, and that's, again, one of my favorites. Artificial Intelligence, I loved him in that. He was in the Dune miniseries. I did not know that. Didn't see that. Fourth Floor, Sunshine, I saw those. Lost in Space, when they remade Lost in Space to that movie. That was pretty good. Wasn't Gary Oldman was in that too? That was good. A lot of 90s, man, he was just on fire. The Doctor, I saw that. There's a few other ones on here that I've seen that I like. Mr. Wonderful. And we're not talking about Paul Orndorff, And I think the other probably is Broadcast News is probably my other favorite of his. Loved Broadcast News. Just a staple, a must-watch. Especially if you're in TV and broadcasting and communications, it was like that's just a movie. Like I haven't done that work in a long time, but that movie really reminds me of the old days, either when I was interning for a few seconds at TV stations, or when we used to produce a broadcast, or in high school when we used to produce the morning announcements in the morning and stuff like that. It reminds me of 4 years there, a couple of years of internship, working at the TV station for a little while. I miss the excitement of logging tape, editing something, getting stuff on the air, programming it. I always found it amazing that I would go into the computer and program when certain shows would start. And of course they were set up digitally at that, they were set up by tape at the time, but we were converting to digital at that time. So everything was converting to digital. So it used to be that you had to have the tape and all the VHS tapes had to be in, but they were digitally activated. So at 7 p.m. this show is going to come on, and the tape deck would play that show at the right time and everything. And then eventually, right as we were there, it switched everything to digital. And so everything was in the computer and on a backup server, so that if something went down, the backup server would take over exactly where it left off in case, so you wouldn't even know if you were watching the broadcast. And so a lot of that stuff, and like somebody being like, "No, I have nobody to edit this. I have a 40-second piece on the fire that happened yesterday, and it's not together. We need it for fucking 7 p.m. and nobody's done it. Okay, I'll do the editing for that. Okay, it's over in the bin," and you had to go to the bin. In the bin, there's the tape, the digital tape or the hard drive, and you take that, and there'd either be logs or timestamps, or there wouldn't be, and you would log it, and then you would edit it as best you could. It had to be 60 seconds. It had to make sense. Had to have certain titles, and you put lower thirds and titles into it, slap it together in 25 minutes, and boom, 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 and then you'd send it over and say, it's there it is. and somebody would upload it to the tracking. All that like chaos and excitement is what I love about the movie broadcast news. So that's what I loved about that movie. It reminded me of actually doing that and that exhilaration,
Oh, yeah. We got a new subscriber. Yeah.
Let's snap into that Slim Jim, baby. Yo, Jay Kuda. Thank you for subbing to the channel. What's going on, man?
Yeah, I'd like to snap Miss Elizabeth's neck. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going home and I'm going to go listen to my favorite Vince McMahon rant. Yeah, that time in the locker room, Vince McMahon, he wanted us to undress, so I tape recorded it. Yeah, and Pat Patterson was telling me that if I snapped his Slim Jim, he'd give me a break. Yeah, he cut me some slack. Yeah.
All right, Macho, that's let's relax, okay? That's a little weird, okay? Thank you, Macho Man, for that weird commentary. Jesus. Fucking weird. What up, Wheezing? How you doing, man? There's a fucking bot. Where's the fucking goddamn... Where are the mods? He would have been out for a year if he required surgery. Yes, okay. That's what I figured. So because it was just like a break, without any of the, what do you call it? The discs or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. Like, nothing like ruptured into itself or moved out of the way. If that had happened, right? Because then he would have had to have surgery. So that would have made sense. Yeah, he's out a year. They're putting pins in his neck. So luckily this, whew, thank God. Luckily this, you don't got to deal with it, Luckily he's going to be all right.
Looks like my little lass needs a shaving.
Looks like she needs a shaving.
Hey, what's up, Joe? This is so funny watching you fill out the March Madness bracket. You have to understand the lower-ranked teams are the best teams, so like the number 1 seeds are the best and the number 16 seeds are the worst. You picked Georgia Street over Gonzaga, haha.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I knew that, right? I know how that works. I know how the seeding works. When it tells me what the seeding was. It told me, here's number 1, here's the 16 seed. I get it. But, I mean, that's no fun, because then I'm already looking at the seeding. So, I mean, I figured it'd be funner if I just ranked them based off the names. So that's what I did. I just ranked it based off the name instead, because that's funner, it's funny. If I just look at it and I go 1, 16, okay, I choose 1. Oh, 8, 2, I choose 8, 2, whatever. That wouldn't be any fun, right? So I just went off what I thought based on the names. I mean, it would have been better if the ranking wasn't on there, then I wouldn't know at all, right? Probably. So, yeah, unfortunately, it did get spoiled a bit by the rankings actually being on there. That would have been good if they weren't there. But, unfortunately, they were there.
Come, you fucking crazy fuck. Come now.
Come, you fucking crazy.
339-226-6610. We are live, and I am opening up the phone lines again if you'd like to call. 339-226-6610. Anything is on the table, whatever you want to talk about. Do you want to talk about what we found the other day when Luis Antonio Alejandro showed up on the show? Luis Antonio Alejandro shows up on the show, and it was a nightmare-like scenario when we found him. Well, I believe on drugs in his apartment on drugs. So Luis Antonio Alejandro on just crack cocaine in his apartment and, on drugs with a dick in his mouth with racial things written everywhere and some unsavory things about minors as well. So very disturbing the other night on Monetize This to find quite frankly, a big supporter of the show. in this type of situation. I apologize to anybody that this may have offended. I mean, it was simply awful to see, him in this state. And who would have known that it would be this bad? So I am sorry about Luis Antonio Alejandro the other night. Obviously a very sad and sick situation with him. And what can be said about him that hasn't already been said about the slums of LA, So my apologies to anybody in his family who didn't know he was this type of an inhumane, horrific human being. Luis.
I'm a fucking idiot.
Yes, you are.
Looks like my little lass needs a shaving.
Debe Backyard Lawn.
Jojo, what's up?
What's up?
Joe, you have to pick the teams for the rest of the bracket. You only picked like 6 of the games. The bracket is a lot bigger. I like your reasoning for the teams, haha lol.
Well, maybe I can go back to the bracket then and we can still pick them. So I'll go back to the bracket and do some more of that if you like. Debe Backyard Lawn Chair. I think you were trying to write lawn chair and it got cut off. Am I right about that? I think so. I mean, we have been talking about who's going to die next, and in the past couple of months we've had some ideas. I don't think Scott Hall was on the board. Thanks, sweetheart. Hey, wait, close my door. Close my door, honey. Thank you. My daughter came in and told me that my son's shirt is glow in the dark, and she didn't know it was glow in the dark, but it is glow in the dark. Let's attempt to. I'm trying to get the poll going. I promised everybody we get the poll up. Tom Brady's coming back. Is he coming back as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, or what? We're going to talk about that in just a second again. We got more news on Tom Brady's situation. Big news on the Tom Brady situation as we go forward with this crazy story of this weekend. And, Scott Hall, will he kick out? I don't know. And, yes, Brady is back. I mean, there's been several people that have said that was going to happen, so shout out to everybody who called that. If you called Tom Brady coming back, or unretiring or whatever, man, do you look like a genius today. He's going to unretire. So anybody who called that, damn, bro. Unreal. Good job, by the way, if you called that. I just hope that Scott Hall makes it, man. If he kicks out of this, bro, can you imagine like the type of explosion? Like the positive explosion, the positivity that would be running through my veins, man. If Scott Hall made it, that'd be a beautiful thing, man. It would be an absolutely beautiful thing. 339-226-6610. If you want to be a part of the show, feel free to jump on and be a part of the show, man. We're taking calls from anybody. Tonight, 339-226-6610. Get ready. Thank you to Michael who sent me a message on Discord. Don't know what you're talking about, but good luck with that. It's crazy. Shout out to Brock Lobster. Shout out to D Moon who's playing Elder Ring. Why would you? Will World War III happen? That's the poll right now. Wheezing in the chat says Sandman Sizzle Iron Man 2 blah 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 blah. Let me try to find it. Mr. Pico Boulevard, I'll get to yours in a second, my friend. My bad, bro. I was just looking over your chat messages and I will get to yours in a second. All right, 770. I hung up on you again. My bad, dude. It might be your connection, actually. 860. What's going on?
How you doing, man? It is your friendly neighborhood furry balls plopped menacingly on your head.
Oh, shit. What up, furry balls?
How are you, man?
Let's get weird.
Dude, it's been a while since I've heard from you, and I'm very glad to talk to you again. How are you, man?
I am doing is I don't know, my head hurts. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm alive right now, kind of. How are you doing?
I'm all right, man. I think the last time we spoke, I was at some other job.
What were you doing? Like
Some
being...
other shit. I was doing, like, advanced auto parts. Remember? I think we were talking about that at one point.
Oh, yeah, get ready. Because I used to deliver auto parts, and so did Leah. Yeah, makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are you still delivering auto parts somewhere else, or now you're doing something else?
Yeah, I'm doing something else now. But yeah, this whole thing is freaking crazy with Scott Hall. I mean, fucking first Biggie, like Biggie, I've seen people break their necks, you know, but like that shit looks so bad. That looks horrible.
It's crazy that, like, what was it, a week or two before that other guy landed on his head and his neck in the ring and was okay.
Yeah.
You know, and then Big E does the same thing outside the ring. You know, it's like, it's exactly what we were worried about.
My cat was over here screaming at me.
It's all right. Now that I have 2 cats in my house, they do that, man. I hear it all the time. Like, cat jumps up on me and goes, ah.
I'm
Hilarious.
just like, dude, like, shut the fuck up. Get out of here.
You shut up or we'll give you to JD and he'll penetrate you probably, allegedly.
Oh, man, he'll molest that cat.
He'll eat that cat out so hard that cat will commit suicide.
No, but
like, please never again do that.
Yeah, never again. Let's not do that.
Yeah, man.
No, but yeah, man. Fucking Biggie. I've seen neck injuries. I've seen really bad neck injuries, but never like that. Like that's just horrible.
Yeah,
and it's always like spots like you would like that type of spot too. Like, why would you do that? Why would you agree to do a spot like that on the outside?
I'm trying to think of how many times they do this. Like, and I think they do it a bit, but yeah, that's rough to do, you know. But and if he throws him hard enough the right way, you know, you're gonna come down on your kidneys pretty hard. Like, it's gonna be a rough landing either way outside the ring.
Either way, yeah, because you're just landing on a thin ass mat. You're landing on really hard concrete.
To me, that's a spot you do like at a WrestleMania or like at a pay-per-view or something. You don't just on Raw get thrown.
But you just do it on a fucking SmackDown where like not even nobody's watching that.
Well,
nobody's really watching that.
All right, I will say this. That is not necessarily true because actually, if you think about it, let's be honest. Probably the most people are watching SmackDown over anything, even a pay-per-view, right? Even an event, because at WrestleMania,
that is true.
You're right.
That is true.
Think
I did
about
not
it.
Think about that.
So, like, it probably
I did not think about that.
SmackDown with about 2 million people watching probably is your biggest stage, but you know what I mean. Save that for a big match. I think.
Save that for like. I don't even know, man. That's just I've seen people agree to spots like that. Like, I don't know how for one. How does Vince even sit back there and think, well, yeah, you know, you could do that spot and just, you know, should be okay.
Who knows who knew it was being done? You know, who knows if, you know, Big E didn't really know. Maybe it was called or maybe they decided to do it. I mean, Vince would have thought nothing of it.
Probably just like, that's probably what I'm thinking was like Big E was probably just really confident in himself. Like, yeah, just do it, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure they weren't even thinking because they do that move a lot now, which I think is weird, but they do that a lot. So I'm sure they were just thinking, yeah, we'll do this, and that's it.
And it's funny because it kind of reminded me at the time, Cesaro, you remember he did that like really bad dive to Sheamus outside of the ring one time, and he fucking just waffled himself outside. Like, but even then, like, he wasn't even that badly injured. But like, you look at that spot, and it's weird because it looks worse than it actually is. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. This crazy. And I think if he landed on his neck in the ring, you know, he might have been all right. Maybe because the ring had some give. I mean, that mat is like an inch. It's a heavy landing. You can see how how those mats barely like protect anything. You know, when they fall on it. You know,
which is crazy. Like, I don't even know, man.
Yeah. Well, we're lucky that Big E's all right for the most part. Not
Big
really,
E
but
is a a trooper though. I gotta give him that. He's a fucking fantastic athlete to be taking a fucking move like that. Like some people, anybody around his height or his weight would probably never agree to do a spot like that.
Right. Yeah, no, most people wouldn't. And I wouldn't even do that. I hate that move. Like, when I was in the ring, I hated belly to, like, throwaways or German suplexes I didn't like either because you're kind of completely giving up yourself being thrown onto your neck potentially. So I don't like those.
Like the way you're landing, especially on a suplex, like if it's a vertical suplex too, like if you're landing like that, you're just, all the wind is just leaving your body. Like you're just, you feel it. Like I've had that happen to me one time.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of those things, man. I'm not, but
like that's yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna get an update on Scott Hall tonight, but I mean, he's on life support, so that's not good. Somebody asked what's really going on.
Heart attacks, and well, okay. Prior to that, he fell, right? I think it was.
Oh, because of his hip?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So they put him in surgery because they were like, your hip is gone. You got to have surgery. So then he has surgery, and then they find blood clots when he's having heart attacks because a blood clot got free and went to his heart. And so now he's on life support while they try to repair that stuff. And that's
holy fucking shit.
So that's all we know right now that I know, unless something new is going to come in. But right now it's not.
Yeah, I've been doing my my updates and stuff. I actually got a little exclusive for you. The Rock just tweeted out, Scott Hall pulling for you, my friend. Stay strong. We need the bad guy back in the game.
Oh, that's pretty cool. And now someone's going to tweet The Rock and say, like, here's him saying a bad thing, and then The Rock will be like, I changed my mind.
Exactly. Yeah, I haven't heard anything yet. The only thing here, some news station out here. Just gonna do I'll do a little search for you real quick. It's basically just the same thing, that he's just been in the hospital. He had a hip surgery. They found blood clots. Then he had the 3 heart attacks. But like, damn, dude, by default, like I was telling my best friend about that. By default, having 3 heart attacks, I don't know if it was back to back, but if it was, like, by default, you're dead, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's probably what triggered them. They might have been worried about more happening, so they were like, all right, life support. Like, I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
That doesn't, dude, if he's back in any shape or form somehow, ever, it's like almost a miracle. Like, it's seriously, it's like.
And yeah, it's a really big miracle. And the thing is like, he's been through so much shit, man. He came back from so, like, having that really bad drug abuse issue that he had. Then being the way that he was portrayed in the media and all that shit, that he's never going to recover from that. And I always looked at that and I'm like, that's not fair, because for all we know, the guy probably was really trying really hard to get back into a normal life, but just shit was going on for him mentally,
I just know that if he's at all crippled, man, he's not going to want to be here. Like I just hope that he either comes back damn near 100% or close to it, or you know what I mean, he's able to go without, because it would just tear him up to be anything but that. Man.
That would tear me up. I don't want to be. I'm sorry, that's just me. Like I don't want to be on a planet.
Yeah.
I don't want to be on this planet like crippled. I don't want to do that.
Especially the older you are, right? Like if you're like 80, you're like, no, just like, tap me out. Like I'm gonna go back into the stars.
And then if you really think about it, Scott Hall's still young.
Was he 63, 65?
That's still, yeah. Sting's what, 62?
Yeah, my mother's 71. I mean, she seems young to me. I saw a lady the other day. I was in this lady's house the other day. She was 68 years old. And I was like, damn, I thought she was 80. She was like, oh, I've had all these surgeries. And I'm like, oh, my God. My mom is like 71. And my mother is like, hey, I brought you guys groceries. I'll be up in a minute. And she comes up with like these 2 giant things of groceries. And she's like, here we go. And she's just operates everywhere. Like it's that lady.
Yeah, there's people that just honestly, when they it's true what they say with some people. Some people honestly age like fine wine. Like they get to like 75. Some people don't lose their hair. Some people just, they're such in a great physical shape. I don't believe Vince McMahon is actually, I don't think that's all like natural, you know. But
I don't know,
another
man.
story
Vince
for another time.
McMahon's. I think they drank kids' blood or something. I mean, McMahon's mother was like 100 and what? 101. She died. 101 for Vince's mom, and Vince is like he is. Even my mother and her family. My mother has 8 siblings. They're all alive, and they're all. A couple of them are like, they're coming up to her age. So it's like, you know, I don't know. There's something up there. My grandmother lived to be 87. I don't know. Leah's family's, you know, kind of similar. Who knows with me though? I mean, I'm being adopted. Who knows who my family?
I was born in a basket.
I was born in a basket. Oh, is that with Danny the other night?
Fucking great.
What's
dude.
wrong with that guy? Fucking. Oh my God.
That was a fucking great fucking remix, dude. That was fire.
I would
so much. How do you come up with that shit on the spot, man?
I don't know, man. I just the way he was describing it, I'm like, this is a Rammstein song. I was picturing him going down a river in a basket, like, you know, like to Rammstein, like, and all these stories I would love to see Danny MT in a fight, like a physical altercation with Scott, and somebody's gonna die, and that's all there is. You know, one of them is gonna die, whoever loses. And that'd be nice, you know, to see that between the two of them.
I think Danny MT is gonna like try to fight. It's gonna be like a fight. Like you remember, like in Lethal Weapon, the ending, like the fight scene with Mel Gibson and the other guy. It's gonna be like that. It's probably gonna be like that.
That would be really good. I'd pay to see that, man. I'd love to see it. And then, yeah, if only something had drowned him in that basket. You know, he wouldn't have been here. You know, sorry, Danny.
All right, man.
All right, man.
All right,
Good
man.
shit.
So I'm gonna let you go. You take care, man. Okay.
Thank you. Furry balls. Plot menacingly. What a good call. What a sweetheart he is. Shout out to Soundwave92. He is the top donator of the stream, man, as always. Soundwave92 coming in with the hot topics. Let's go back to the donos.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we got
a new subscriber. Yeah.
Frank.
Freak out.
What up? It's time to freak out.
It's time for me to find where Miss Elizabeth's grave is. Yeah. I'm going to dig her up, and I'm going to dig into her. Yeah. See, I'm going to stuff my pecker in her.
I mean, I don't know why. I don't know why you would say that. I gotta be on Macho Man. That's kind of gross, bro. Like that is I gotta be honest, bro. That's kind of a sick thing to say, dude. Like, what's up with that? That's a weird thing to say, bro.
Right. Most people believe in the negative.
I don't know where the basket thing is. 2007, I want to say. I don't know where the basket thing is, but because nobody timestamped it on Monetize This, I can't believe nobody fucking timestamped it. But yeah, he basically admitted that, you know, he was a basket baby. How we're all energy. And Danny was a basket baby. All something and not take things very strange.
Hey, Gargas,
Let me see if I can find it. We watched the Star Wars Obi-Wan commercial.
I can stop you right there.
Pube.
I don't know where it is.
It's no big deal.
Bro. Yeah, I guess not. Fuck. It was
want to know.
But mine.
Needs.
Oh. Like over him. Like, it sounds like
really good.
Let's go to the donos.
Super chat party.
Oh yeah.
What was that movie?
Ridge Holland tried killing man based on skin color.
What? Ridge Holland tried killing a man based on skin color. Mr. Pico Boulevard pulling out the race card then. Damn. Pulling out the race card on fucking Ridge Holland for Big E. I get it.
What happened?
Word gay. Came to Chicago. Oh, here it is. This story, like, it sounds like a ram. My brother's. All right, that's it, Biggie. Okay, that's enough. Oh, here it is. I found it. Hit it with a fucking hammer. The fuck. We just need to find like a basket going right down the river, right? And then it goes right off a cliff.
Okay,
right off a goddamn cliff.
Go ahead. Clean about something because everybody apparently on the
Who's more psycho?
Diabetic fucking, you know, Inspector Gadget side of community has it all figured out.
I'm not On my
I had
community.
to put out there that the fact that
Nobody knows what Danny is talking about. Nobody knows what he is talking about here.
here's the truth.
Only he does.
I'm actually
gay.
I was born in Helsinki, Finland, and my parents pushed me in a basket across the Isle of Finland to Estonia, and I went there, and I'm an illegal Estonian, and
Wow.
So you're
I feel
finished.
shitty about myself about it because I know that I'm a nobody, and it was my parents' fuck up. But I thought it was cool to say.
So wait
that
a
I
second. Let me
was-
just get this straight. You think you're a nobody because you got pushed in a basket to Estonia, but not
Yes, like,
not
have you ever
because you
watched
get
that
drunk every weekend and try to fight people.
Well, that part, that's already all. No, that's.
I'm
my
just
fault.
kidding, dude. I'm just fucking.
But it's because I
So he said you-
want to fight everybody because I hate myself.
So
like
he's
super
basically
insecurity, right? So aside of that, like when I found out that my parents pushed me in a basket, like that movie Willow? Y'all ever seen the movie Willow?
Willow.
In the beginning, like they pushed the little baby in like a basket down the river, like the little
I don't.
princess or whatever.
This sounds like a.
Well, I got pushed in a
All I
basket,
know
but
is
wasn't
everything you're saying sounds like a Rammstein song. That's all I know. I don't know what you're
No,
talking
he's
about.
being honest. I am being honest.
Yes,
No,
thank you.
I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying it sounds like a Rammstein song. Like, dude, I'm not saying he's lying. It just sounds like what you're like this story. Like, it sounds like a Rammstein song. Like, if I looked up like the lyrics, like, you know what I mean? Like, this whole thing sounds like like I got pushed in a basket to Estonia. I'm not from Russia. I got pushed in a basket to Estonia. I'm not Russian. I'm not Russian anymore. I'm not from their shores. I got pushed in a basket. I got pushed in a basket. My mother pushed me in a basket. Yes, she did. And now I'm not a Russian anymore. I got pushed in a basket. Got pushed in a basket. I'm pushed in a basket. Now I'm not Russian no more. Estonia's my new home. I mean, this is basically his new theme song at this point, I believe. In the basket which is okay. I'm gonna get drunk and punch some kids. I'm not Russian anymore. From Estonia, the shore. Like, I mean, it sounds like a Rammstein song. See? Yeah, I mean, what a sad life. I mean, no doubt about it. Some kind of a sad life there for Danny CTE, Danny MT, or whatever he's called. Here comes the dono. Mr. Pico Boulevard.
Chat party!
Oh yeah.
Woo!
Me and Will hurt both nail deaf broads. That's rad.
Yeah, that's rad. What? Me and Will Hurt both nailed deaf broads. Really? The same ones? Or like a different one? Or wait, he was into deaf women? Is that serious? Is that serious? Wow, he was into deaf broads. Holy shit, bro. I didn't know that. That's fucking crazy. God damn, man. You're like ramming her, and she's like, like, oh god, no. Oh man, that is fucking crazy. Thank you. Good to hear from you. How have you been? We'll see. We'll see what happens with We'll see what happens with Brady, man, and we'll see if it ends up resulting in him going anywhere else other than Tampa Bay.
Super chat party!
Super chat coming in from Aaron C.
Oh yeah.
Greatest wrestling faction of all time? DX? Nwo?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. In WWE, it's got to be DX, right? In WWE, it's got to be DX at this point. In WCW, it's got to be NWO. Then there's the Four Horsemen. You know, to me, it comes down to Four Horsemen, DX, and NWO. And I don't know. I mean, the NWO has got to be. I almost think the NWO is. That's hard. Because longevity, obviously, DX in many ways. But, you know, the NWO's impact on wrestling was so big, man. Not since, you know, the Four Horsemen type of thing. But the Four Horsemen, you know, there's only a certain amount of members, and you know the guys that were in it. And I guess NWO, the original NWO, are the original faction. You know, I don't know, man. That's a rough one, though. That's hard to say. Out of everybody, I'm the biggest fan of DX. So I'd want to say DX. But I'd probably say, hey, you know, maybe give it to NWO. Maybe Four Horsemen, though. Maybe just go Four Horsemen number 1, NWO number 2, and DX number 3, maybe. Because DX was so, like, it was Shawn and Triple H, but then it was, you know, everybody else, and then it was back to Shawn and Triple H, but they're like a tag team. You know, so, like, I don't know. I feel like DX is all over. But longevity-wise, they lasted longest. So I think I'd probably go Four Horsemen, then end up. I don't know. Man, this is hurting my brain trying to figure this out. Fuck. God damn, is this hurting my brain. Oh. NWO maybe is number 1, yeah. I don't know. Shit, that's a hard one. NWO might be. Of my generation, it's NWO. I think. Because I think man, that's a hard one. I've had this debate before too, and I've changed my mind about it. I've been all over the place on this question.
Oh yeah, we got a new subscriber. Yeah, freak out.
Oh yeah. It's time to get hard, baby. It's time to get long and hard for Harry C. Grace, who has subscribed. Thank you, Harry, for subscribing. Because of you, children in Ethiopia in Ethiopia are going to eat tonight. So, thank you so much to Harry C. Grace for subbing to the channel, man. What's going on? Glad you're here for this. Glad you hear it. Let's go back and listen to what we coined earlier, subscribed, about Brady. Thank you, Harry, for subscribing. Thank you, Harry. Oh, here it was. And then he can go back to his previous position. Now, he can't do that because Tampa wouldn't release his rights or wouldn't trade him to several other teams that were thinking about whatever. But the bottom line is, I think he did this potentially to try to force his way out of there. But there was some kind of disagreement with Tampa Bay. Right? We saw this, signs of it during the year. But now he can't do that, right? So if he's coming out of retirement, and Tampa Bay doesn't trade him, I don't know. But if they do trade him, then part of this also was to hype him, right? He's back, and he's on the market. So will he be back as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer? I don't know. You could take a job with the Dolphins, I think. I'm not 100% on that, if you could take a job with the Dolphins or if he could play quarterback. Maybe it's neither. Maybe either way he would have been traded somehow to Miami. So, I don't know. We'll see what's going on, man. But, I love Brady. I'm never going to, it just sucks that we don't have him for the last few years of his career. Why not? It's not a nightmare. That Brady isn't here. It would be a nightmare if he went to the Dolphins. Seeing Brady in a Dolphins uniform will burn my eyeballs open. Like, I won't cheer for that. I cheered for him in Tampa Bay. I can't cheer for him in a Dolphins outfit. That fucking fish. That would be a nightmare situation for me. Thank you for the donation. I did elect to roll the dice tonight and be on YouTube instead of going out and trying to make some money somewhere else. But, you know, hey, if I go out and try to make some money, it's a chance I could sell a $1,000 deal for me. But if there it is, there's the clip. Tom Brady could become a Dolphin, right? What if Tom Brady becomes a Dolphin? Oh, my God, bro. That would be. And, you know, I'd heard that that's what he wanted. And, see, he couldn't just come back. He would have to be a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. He can't just come back and go somewhere else. He has to go through Tampa. So so he's either coming back to Tampa Bay, which is fine, if that's the case, or he's coming back to have this big, like, return. I'm coming back. And then so Tampa can trade him somewhere. That could be what's happening. I don't know. It could be. That would be bad, though. I would not be happy with that. You know, I don't mind cheering for him as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. But Christ, I could not do that. I could not cheer for him if he was a Dolphin, obviously. You know, can't do that. He's an Animorph? Damn. He's an Animorph. That's pretty funny. What's up, Chad? How you guys doing? So what should we do now? He's going to Tampa. No, I know he's going to Tampa, but I mean, he could end up moving somewhere. You know what I mean? Somewhere else. It could happen. Speaking of football, should I throw in some Madden? We could throw in some Madden tonight for a little bit of Sunday night gaming while I sit here hanging out. Pats would play. Yeah, I wouldn't want to play them twice a year, dude. I'd be so messed up. That would jack me up, man. You know, we're not fans of the Dolphins out here. You know, that'd be a problem. You know, that'd be like him going to the Jets. That'd be the worst. Him going to the Jets would be like, I mean, they wouldn't even win anyway because they just suck that bad. But I mean, it would just be, just the idea of him being on the Jets, you know, would explode my brain. I know it would explode people's brains out here. Kurt Angle notes in the ring lessons The Undertaker taught him. I mean, that's how bad the wrestling news is today. That I don't care what lessons Kurt Angle learned from The Undertaker at that time. Scott Hall is, we don't have an update, man. I know somebody was asking earlier. I don't know. There is no update right now, so I wouldn't know because there's no update. We'll find out maybe. I mean, it's, you wouldn't think it would be more than 24 hours before you would possibly have some decent news or bad news either way, right? Juan Garibay, what's up, man? NWO for Scott Hall, yeah. Maybe we'd have to go, we'd tip it. Oh, let's put it up. Let's put a poll up. That's the best thing you can do when you have this situation happening. Is World War III happening? You guys voted on that earlier. We'll go to this new poll here. And the new poll is, let's see. The new poll is World War III happening? 51% say no. 48% say yes. So that's really close. All right, greatest factions of all time. Who should we put on here? I mean, we'll go NWO, Four Horsemen. We'll go DX. Who's the next person? Somebody give me the next person to put on this list. I mean, is that really it, though? I mean, even if we put a fourth one on there, no one's going to make it. So we only need 3, right? I mean, I guess I could write someone else, you know? But I doubt there's going to be something else. Might have spelled something wrong. Who cares? All right, so the poll's going up. Yeah, like Tex wrote the Von Erichs. So yeah, the Von Erichs for like, you know, a certain amount of people in Texas were the greatest ever. But it's like, that's such a small, you know, I mean, it was a big area, but it was, you know, we're not going to be able to get to that level. You know, I'll put somebody else on the poll though. All right. 4 Horsemen, DX, someone else. Evolution, some people are saying. Man, Evolution. What the fuck? What did they exist for, like, maybe a year? The Shield would be more than Evolution, I would think. The Shield would be higher than Evolution. Man, I didn't even buy, I couldn't buy 2K. Unless I stole it. I am getting on Xbox right now, though. No, fumble! I just got on Xbox, man. Evolution is a mystery. Good song. 50% for the NWO. I mean, there's only 10% saying someone else. So if you want Evolution, you want to put someone else. And then we'll search who's Retribution. That's a great point. It could be Retribution. Retribution for sure. The Authority. The Authority's on there. Good Lord. Wow. Some of the people you guys are picking, holy shit. Bad guys do. Ministry of Darkness, says Sirius Black. Cody Johnson, 2K, it's so good. The Flock. What up, Richard? Going with Ravens Flock. Not Flock of Seagulls. Imagine being like, yeah, we're going to call the band Flock of Seagulls. We just want to get leaked. We just want to get leaked? What does that mean? Like leaked on? We just want to get leaked on. We just want to get leaked on. That's a new song. What a song. We just want to get leaked on. We just want to get leaked on. It's a great new song that's coming out. We just want to get leaked on. Soundwave 92 with the top dono of $29. Thank you to Soundwave 92. 58 votes right now. We'll put the top dog up here somewhere for being the top donation. Blue World Order, Right to Censor. NWO was so great, man, at that time in the late 80s. That shit was fire, man. And just wrestling in general, flipping back and forth between Raw and Monday Nitro was like, I probably watched Raw like 80% of the time, but flipping back and forth was exciting, man. Right to Censor is cancel culture, exactly. Yeah, they were ahead of their time, man. Right to Censor was very ahead of their time. Nobody understood that Right to Censor really had all this great stuff worked out. You know what I mean? We had no idea. If we only could go back in time and realize how ahead of their time Right to Censor was. That bitch Ivory. Oh, we got to pick a fucking kickoff shit. Let's see. Rose Montana. What's up, Rose? Let me see if I can. Oh shit! I didn't have my stuff set up to play games, so sorry that my screen doesn't look the best. I don't have it set up for gaming right now. Why does it look all jittery? Is this broadcasting this jittery? I noticed this the other day when I was recording something. What's HDR? What the fuck is that? Why does it look kind of shitty? Does it look like this on the broadcast? Why does it look all jittery? It doesn't look jittery in my game, but it looks jittery on the screen. Does it look jittery on the broadcast? I've never seen the Elgato look like this when I'm broadcasting. It's like all fucked up looking. Is that going out in the broadcast like that? Oh, man. Why does this look all jittery? I'm going to keep saying that until I figure it out. Let me look at the game on the stream. Yeah, it looks all fucking jittery. What the fuck? Wow, it looks bad. Why does it look bad? I'm using the same gaming capture device I've always used. It's got to have something to do with XSplit having all these updates. How is no one catching a ball I'm throwing, man? I'm throwing fucking good passes here. Looks like you're playing on old Xbox. Yeah, it looks like shit. What's going on? Why does it look like this? What the fuck? Let me go look. Maybe it's a setting. Dude, I've never seen it look this bad since like 2013 gaming. It's all the settings are right. What the hell? Why does it look like this? I don't understand it, guys. I don't know why it looks this bad. It does. It looks bad. I've never seen it do this before. It's always looked fine. It's all jittery. My game looks great, but the broadcast is all jittery. What is going on? Bro, this is driving me nuts. Yeah, the graphics look like... Everything looks fucked up. Why is it doing this? Why is it doing this? Ugh. I don't know why this is happening. How do you not intercept that? Why does it look like this? Oh my god, this is so weird, man. This is weird. It's got to have something to do with XSplit in their update. Because it's got something to do with XSplit, I think. Use low power. Dude, this looks like shit. What is going on? What is it doing this for? No, I mean, I've been streaming video games for a long time on this channel and with an XSplit, and I've never seen this happen. Yeah, there was an update days ago. A couple days ago, there was a big update. So it's got to be that. What the frig? Mean Street Posse? Yeah, Mean Street Posse could be at the top. What the fuck is going on? Let's see. Man, this looks so weird. Maybe because it's not on 60 frames. But I mean, even on 30 frames, it doesn't look like this usually. Usually looks pretty good. I don't know what's going on, guys. I'm trying to figure it out, though. Shit like this really... When stuff doesn't work randomly, like, oh my god, bro, do I lose it. This stuff like this drives me nuts. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. This guy turned it over on downs like an idiot. I don't know why it looks like this. I am going to check on the poll in a second. What is going on? Woo! Maybe Cody shows up tomorrow on Raw, and I'd probably be pretty excited. Be better than a normal Raw, probably. Could be eye rolling though if they do something terrible. Rock and Sock Connection. Yeah, I could go with Rock and Sock Connection. Oh boy, I just threw an interception. Looks like shit. What the fuck, bro? Why does this look so bad? If I switch... Hold on a second, guys. You may have to refresh your stream. Hold on. Okay, that didn't work. No, it's still just as bad. It's got to be something to do with the update. Wow, it's got to have something to do with the update because it's still bad. It still looks really bad. Wow, this is crazy. So I won't be able to stream video games anymore. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to stream games anymore if it's like this. I mean, this looks terrible. What the fuck? I don't know what we could do to fix this. I don't know. I mean, I could try switching the bit rate, but I don't think that's going to help it. Oh. It's not the bit rate. It's literally got something to do with the screen, I feel like. Man, this is so weird. Let me try a different screen. No, it's still jittery. It's jittering everywhere, but not only on XSplit. What the fudge? So weird, bro. Dungeon of Doom, says Garrett. Looks like soccer. Refresh, everybody who wants to be here still. What did it say in the stream? Yeah, probably because I turned it off. So weird. That's so weird. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm going to have to test that out and talk to XSplit and be like, hey, what the fuck's wrong with your shit? So weird. It's so jittery looking, man. I can't believe it. But you'll notice my camera down here isn't jittery. I did. I increased it to 60 frames, but that's not what it is, man. It's got something to do with XSplit. They had an update, and I bet you there's a problem. I bet you they have an update that's wrong. Yeah, bro, it's their new update.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. No score after one on EA Sports.
I'm sending XSplit a message. Because that's just fucking terrible. It's like skipping everywhere. It's so weird. Well, fuck it. I guess I'll just call it a night, man, because that's fucking crazy. This is rough. Nobody wants to watch all this jitter. All right, man. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Monday Night Raw review, hopefully. And I'll try to resolve this problem. Or this new problem. I'll catch you tomorrow. And let's take a look at the poll on our way out before we get out of here. And it looks like NWO is going to take the victory here by a lot. 54% NWO, DX number 2. And 4 Horsemen number 3. And then, yeah, I mean, there you go. That's it, man. That's almost 100 votes. There it is. Good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Looks like a Peacock stream, yeah.